Hi guys, this is Into the Groove. I'm your host, Kenna Attaway, and today I'm here with your highness, Queen of Pop Rock, Kat Locke. How are you doing today, Kat?
I'm good. How are you, Kenna?
I am doing very good. I'm happy to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. I know, it's been a hot minute since Norman Music Fest.
I was thinking this morning, and I think that was it, exactly.
I want to say it was like Bailey's show, or maybe it was the day before Bailey's.
It was either Bailey or Troy's.
Yeah, we
Blue
had
Bonnet.
It was Blue Bonnet for sure. That weekend's a blur.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
But
always a blur.
undoubtedly we were at Blue Bonnet.
So for those of you who don't know you, for those people that don't know you, what type of genre of music do you make?
Oh, I feel like everybody says they don't make genres anymore, so I'm one of those people. But I say catwalk pop rock because it's cute.
It's catchy.
It's cute, it's catchy, and it's probably
slogan.
The closest to the truth.
Okay, I agree. It is, her music is fabulous, first of all. Check it out.
That's the genre.
But kind of, how long have you been making music? What got you into it? Tell me that life story moment for you.
Yeah, so been singing since I was like, I think, I wasn't there for this story mentally, but I've heard that it was like I watched The Wizard of Oz and just started singing somewhere over the rainbow, and my parents were like, hey, wait a second, she's kind of hitting those notes,
My baby is eating.
Yeah, she was kind of working that. So, so I started doing musical theater. My dad was like on the board at the Center Theater or something, and I started doing musicals. And also I remembered this just the other day because I had a feeling you might ask such a question.
Okay.
And but I remember being in the back seat of my sister's car. So I was like 7 or 6 or something, and she was playing the Wicked soundtrack.
Of course.
And was playing, I believe, Popular. And she just like very seriously was like, Kat, like you got to listen to this. She's a blonde funny girl. That's you. Yes. You're gonna this is gonna be you. Like this girl's from Oklahoma. Like you're gonna listen to this and be this.
And that was like kind of you're like, I am going to be that.
I was just like, okay, if you say so. So I started doing musicals and just singing all the time, mostly musicals.
So what was your favorite musical that you've ever done, and what's your favorite musical just like in general?
That I've done, I could think of a few, I'm sure. Little Shop of Horrors. Huge for me. That I remember. I'd done a couple shows at the theater, but you're like a kid. You're like I was like a cheerleader in Good News or something. Yeah. You kind of don't know what's going on. But I remember seeing a production of Little Shop of Horrors at the theater, and my dad was playing guitar in the pit, and I went and like I was so obsessed that I went. Then I was like, I have to go to every other show, and I sat next to him in the orchestra pit and like watched. And I remember being like, I have to keep doing this so I can be Audrey. Yeah. And then my senior year, I got to be Audrey.
Oh my gosh.
So
literally manifestations.
I did. And the guy I saw as Seymour was our director.
Oh my goodness. That's so silly.
So it was very full circle.
That is full circle. Was it Brandon?
Yes. Okay. Yes, of course it was.
He comes into my job sometimes.
Really?
Basil, yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm always like, what show are you doing now?
That does make
sense.
Let me
tell you.
Sounds just like it.
So, is your family like very much a musical family? It sounds kind of like you grew up surrounded by music.
Kind of. It's funny, like my mom has always like worked and slaved and owned the restaurant and done all that. So like I wouldn't consider her like growing up with her like musical, but like she went to school for music theater for a little bit like was in bands. I didn't even know this till like years later that she's like, oh, I was the lead singer in a bunch of bands.
Like,
I had no idea. But my dad always played instruments. He's like one of those guys that could just like play every instrument by ear, could just kind of listen to a song and like flesh it out.
That is so cool.
So he was always like watching TV and like noodling and stuff like that. So it was around for sure.
So what kind of led to your transition from musical theater into being a solo musician today, kind of in that pop rock realm?
Well, I think probably a very honest answer is college for musical theater was really expensive.
Yes.
And like I auditioned around, I got into some places, but it was like I was late and it was just kind of a thing. So I didn't want to go to school. It wasn't for me. Sorry.
Understandable.
No
Understandable.
to school people
It's
listening.
a big investment.
It was not for me. And so I just was 18, just trying to survive and just trying to, figure it out. And I started making friends who were in bands, and it kind of felt like, oh, you can do that? You can just
you could just be
put on your own show. You can just cast yourself and sing the whole time. So I was like, I'm going to do that.
And you've been doing a wonderful job at that, I would like to say. What is your favorite song that you've written?
Ooh, that is a good question.
And kind of what is the story behind it, if you want to share?
I know. I would love to share. I'm trying to think. I feel like it's usually like the most recent song you've written ends up being your favorite.
That's what I've heard a lot of musicians say.
Yeah. But recently I went and I was like adding lyrics to my songs on the internet or something, and it had me like going through my own music and typing all the lyrics, and I was like, some of these are like better than I remember. I feel like these are good.
I popped off.
Yeah, I want to bring them back into the live sets and stuff, I feel like. So I feel like maybe I'll say ones that I listened back to recently and was like, these are good. Mars, off of, I was like, I need to start doing that at shows again.
It is a good song.
A Recurring Theme.
I haven't heard that one.
Okay, well, that album was called, or wait, maybe the album was, okay, the album is called A Recurring Theme, and then that song was called Some Recurring Notes.
Ooh. Okay, well, now I'm going to have to. Are you still on Spotify?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still everywhere.
So I will have to check that out afterwards. Ooh, Catlock lore. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I was like, wrote that long ago. And it's one that I wrote, probably one of the first 10 songs I wrote. And I still am like, I still like it. So I think that stands the test of time.
That's amazing. I love hearing when artists are like, yeah, like one of the first couple songs I wrote, I still like have a passion for it for this day. Because I know sometimes artists, they get maybe known for one song and then they're like, I hate the song. I should have never wrote it. And
yes.
Like, all of
yeah, that happens. You get so sick of it, and like by the time you're done recording it, usually you've been in the studio and you're all inspired and you're writing new stuff and you're like, I'm so sick of this song that everybody wants to hear.
Who has kind of been an inspiration for your music career?
Well, wouldn't you know, I happen to have 3 of my favorite artists.
I would love to hear them.
Right
yes.
off the dome.
Yes.
But actually, I was having a hard time saying 3, so I can expand.
I would love it.
Sarah Bareilles.
Okay.
Really major. One that I, again, recently listened to, and I'm like, I'm forgetting like how formative she really was for me. I love Ariana Grande.
Of course.
We love her.
Yes.
Lady Gaga.
Period.
I saw the Mayhem.
Are you serious?
I know.
I'm jealous.
I know. You're going to die. It was floor seats. Section A.
Are you serious?
It was insane. I had no idea till like the day of two. One of my friends who has money, she did go to college. She has money and texted me like, Lady Gaga in Chicago and whatever. And I mean, as a person who like can't stand up for very long periods of time and stuff like that, I just like never would have imagined. But apparently Lady Gaga, who has fibromyalgia and is also a disabled queen, she did not sell tickets without a chair. So the floor had chairs. And so, but I didn't even know. She was like, we have seats, everything. Like, she didn't tell me where the tickets were. And I was like, I'm in. And then we get there. I'm in Chicago. And she's like, by the way, they're like floor seats, like 3 seats from Lady Gaga
I would have
herself.
lost my mind. I would have lost my mind.
I lost my mind. So, Lady Gaga, we love. Sarah, Ariana, Gaga, Jenny Lewis / Rilo Kiley. I have a Rilo Kiley tattoo. And Fiona Apple.
Fiona Apple's just an icon.
Those are my queens.
And a good selection.
Those are my mothers.
Yes. They raised you. They raised you.
Along with the Real Housewives of New York, they did raise me.
What is something that you are passionate about just in general, Kat?
Just in general? I was going to talk about accessibility in venues, but I know that's what Bailey talked about.
Yes, she did. Shout out Bailey. Shout out Bailey.
So I'll let her handle that shortly. I don't think so, honey, not having chairs at your venues. Comfortable chairs. I'm so tired of industrial bar stools
Yes.
being the only seating in a venue on a concrete floor, and thinking that you're being accommodating or inclusive.
And I don't
Because
either.
you're not. And you're also being lame. That's not comfortable.
It's
Ruins
not
the
comfortable
vibe.
for anyone.
Ruins the vibe. Not
It does. It does. I agree. And I don't have a mobility issue, but like I'm short. It's hard to hop up into those things. Think about all those short
true.
guys you got going on. Like, just get a regular chair, please.
Get a chair.
It's not that hard. Go Facebook Marketplace it.
Really. It really isn't. It was not that hard. I know y'all spend money on other things that you could buy a chair with. Or
Yes.
and if you have a bench, like a pillow, a cushion, people have nerve pain.
Yes, this is true.
But mostly letting Bailey talk about, I thought about this. I talked to friends, lovers, acquaintances, and decided that the thing that I could like talk about the longest is that reality television is like actually historical. It's anthropology.
So let's get into it.
Yes. It's for geniuses. It's for smart people.
Yes.
You could be one too. And more so like the people that hate on it and don't get it are just closed-minded.
I agree. I'm a big fan of Jersey Shore. I get told all the time, they're like, that's just trashy TV. Like, why would you want to watch these people be drunk and trashy? And I'm like, you don't understand.
You don't get it.
It is documenting an era of time that I never got to experience because I was a child. And it's just like so cool to watch and see it play out. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I could have been doing in this era.
Yeah, you think that like, who's going to write the history books today? You think they're going to tell a more accurate story than Vanderpump Rules of what it was like living in 2014? There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way. Funny enough that you bring this up, I wrote an essay, a research essay on how reality television has shaped our culture throughout the years. So what is one of your favorite reality shows? I know you mentioned Vanderpump Rules.
The Vanderpump Rules.
Okay.
And we have, long before Scandival, I was on that train because Vanderpump Rules technically is a spin-off of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
So I did not know this.
So yes, I was watching when it spun. And when we followed Sheena into that back room as she confronted Stassi for the first time on camera.
I need to watch Vanderpump Rules so bad because I didn't even know it was about the restaurant industry either.
Yeah,
And
because it wasn't by the end.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't really be anymore.
Makes sense. I worked in restaurants like my entire career life, and every time I'll get into like an out-of-pocket situation, I'm like, or a situation by a restaurant, I mean poorly managed restaurant, I'm like, there needs to be a reality show. Where's the confessional at? Like the amount of drama, it's always just like a bunch of young 20-somethings who are sleeping with each other, and the drama is immense.
Yes.
It's intense.
Yeah, and these are like young 20-somethings that are really hot and living in LA and just serving because they want to be famous.
Period.
So they're just serving, bartending to like make their money, to make their bills before they make it big. So we love Vanderpump Rules. I really think that it's, I said this pre-Scandival in like a whole friend group. We were kind of talking about it and I was forcing them to watch it. And I said, I feel like anytime I've been going through like a big time of change in my life, I've been rewatching Vanderpump Rules, so I decided to do it on purpose. I was like, I'm ready for life to change a little bit. I'm ready for movement, and I started watching it, and everyone who started like watching it with me all like got new jobs, like broke out of their relationships. Like it caused like a divorce epidemic.
It's like the Malachite of reality
you
TV.
don't need Malachite. Moldavite, you don't need it. You just need to start Vanderpump Rules episode 1 and take off. But yeah, I think Bravo does it right. I love Bravo. Real Housewives, I'll say my favorites are New York and Potomac. Salt Lake City as of right now. I mean, it's just, it's the show of the moment. It's what's really on right now. It's, but
those Mormons,
there's something in Utah that just makes really good television.
It's because there's nothing else going on, and so they're all they're beefing with each other for years.
Yes,
and
there's a lot of history.
Yes.
Which makes these good. And Real Housewives of New York, I think it's also, I mean, of course people talk down on reality television because it's like a women's hobby.
Exactly.
And anything that women do pointless. But especially like watching Real Housewives has taught me like so much about just like being a woman and like a woman's experience and things that you will never like see on TV, like people having babies and like getting divorces and just things that are like women's issues that you don't even hear about anywhere else. But like you're watching Real Housewives of New York and you're watching like a woman in her 60s going on a first date with a guy after a divorce, and it's like where else do you see that?
Real life. It's yes.
It's just women existing.
I think a lot of times people hate on reality TV as well because they think it's like very gossipy and very drama, and people really like to say that that's bad, but I would just like to counter and say that gossip is the word of the people.
Of course.
And that's how I, as a journalist, function, is I listen to what other people have to say. Maybe people want to say I'm listening to gossip. But I am getting every source and I'm fact-checking.
Yes.
And I feel like gossip also was given a bad rap because men didn't want women to tell on them.
Yes.
And I feel like you could kind of see that in real, like, in reality television because a lot of them are centered around women and women's lives, like you said. And men don't want women to know the realities of marriage and life and things like that. That's such a wonderful point that you made, actually. Thank you. Bringing things to my mind, opening my whole world up.
That's what I'm here to do. That's what the Real Housewives are here to do for us all. But I had one more little point that I can't remember, so that's okay. But you reminded me when you were talking about gossip. Oh, I was going to say, and it's also gossip of people that you don't know.
Exactly.
So, like, it
doesn't matter.
You can think whatever you want to think about Vicki Gunvalson, but, like, and don't be a freak and say something to her on Twitter. Like,
why would you do that?
You don't do that. You don't need to publicly go talk about how their plastic surgery is bad or something. Like, please, if you must think it, so be it. I think that's also a more complicated issue than it is, because have you ever seen yourself in a picture and been like, imagine seeing yourself on TV? Instant body dysmorphia. Instantly. So, like, they don't know that's what I always say, is like, they don't know what they look like anymore. They don't think that they look like that if, whatever. But the gossip point is kind of exactly that issue you said, what my song Shut Me Up was written about.
I would love for you to explain this.
I have a song called Shut Me Up. It came out last month. It's my most recent release. I recorded it out in Nashville at RCA, which was
shout out.
So cool.
That's amazing.
Super fun.
Goodness.
And yeah, it's about that exact thing that happens, and it's hard to put words to intentionally.
Yes.
Which is why I wanted to grab onto it while you kind of got there.
No, thank you.
Backdoored it. Because, it's just that whole idea that, like, if someone did something bad to you and then you, like, tell people your experience, they shut you down by saying you're a drama, you're a gossip, you just like to spread stuff.
Or you're crazy.
You're crazy. And, it's like a women's gossipy issue. That is a very specific way that men put women down.
It is.
And shut them up.
It's because they can't admit that they're wrong or that they've done wrong. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Or even look into it and, like, have a conversation about it with the person and just being like, you're drama, you're gossip, and then they go around telling people all about that, and the women actually suffer consequences of the gossip, because men gossip all the time, way more than women.
They don't stop.
And they don't ever, but they're not as good at it, and they don't fact check like Kenna. They just believe their bros and
they're like,
go
your
on
girlfriend
with
is
it.
kind of crazy.
Yes, and just believe things that actually, like, have repercussions for women and for people in general that it's happening to. So it's intentionally kind of hard to explain, because that's the thing, there's no way to, like, not feel crazy as you're, like, doing that and trying to be like, no, they just said that it's like, and so ironically, when I wrote that song, which is very, you're not going to shut me up anymore, so what, you're going to say I talk too much, I'm a gossip, I don't care, I don't give a F. And Actually, when I wrote that song, it wasn't about like a boyfriend or something, like everyone thinks. But it was like a friend kind of doing that to me. And I really decided that how I was going to handle it was like, I'm just like never going to speak of that person. Like, I'm never going to talk about this, because that's all that you're saying is that like,
I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah, so like, I'm actually not, but like, so what if I did? Like, what are you scared of? What are you scared
really
of?
is,
Nothing that I'm saying isn't true. So why are you trying to shut me up so bad? So it's almost like nanny nanny boo boo of a song.
I definitely got that vibe, and I'm glad to know more of the story behind it for sure, because it's an excellent song. Y'all need to give it a listen.
And it's great, and I think you kind of don't need, like, people who that has happened to will listen to it and get it, and obviously other people with different experiences will relate to it, and that's the coolest part about music. But it does kind of go without saying, but I'm glad we said it.
Yes. And I think it's something, especially women in media and women in like music industries, things where they have eyes on them that they experience a lot when they speak out against men doing shitty things.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could be something said.
Yes.
It could be men gossiping about you and they're lying, because they like to do that too.
Yes.
And then when you try to say, well, here's the actual truth, then they call you crazy.
Then it's like, why won't you just stop talking about it?
And then they in turn won't shut up about it.
But they won't stop talking about it. That's almost always been the case.
Yes, it's like, I've been moved on.
Yes.
Why are you still on this? Why are you obsessed with me?
With talking about how I won't stop talking about you.
And it's like, I haven't talked about you in months, actually. You haven't been a thought in my brain.
100%.
Ugh. So, kind of back to reality TV a little bit. Sorry,
Please.
What would you say? I know we talked a little bit about Housewives of New York and things like that. What is the show that like fully made you come to the realization that like reality TV is important? It's shaping our culture. It's shaping how we see women's issues and things like that.
Trying to think of not the ones I've already talked about.
You can talk about them.
Because it probably is, probably Vanderpump was where I was like, there's really something like, I'm learning a lot from this, at least, was what I took. And I think that like shows like that revolve around people in like their 20s, 30s, every time you watch it, you like feel differently.
Yeah.
About the people and the situations, and
especially as you get older, too.
the more you live life, the more you like see things reflected back that you've seen in real life. I really was, I always say I was like raised by television. And first it was scripted stuff, sitcoms and whatnot. But then I started watching reality television, and it really like, I don't know, it helped me see so much about like social interaction that I did not understand. And the more I like applied, like, well, they're acting like this person who this was kind of what was going on with them. I'm not going to jump and like say I know exactly, but I might treat them with grace in that way. And it's always
something else going on.
It's always whatever Tamara was going through too, or whatever.
Shout out. That's how I feel about Jersey Shore, as I've watched it again when I've gotten older, because I started watching it when I was like 18, and of course that's like when I was in.
And you're like, they're so cool.
I'm like, they're so cool, it's so fun, and then I'm watching it as like a 23-year-old, which is not much older, but I'm like, this is like kind of sad.
Yes, it's very different.
And you see how they change like throughout the seasons too, especially Mike and Ron, how much more violent they get, and it really does open your eyes. Like Ron and Sam's relationship was extremely abusive, physically, mentally, like all of it, and it's a hard thing to watch, especially that one scene where he's like throwing the furniture at her. But like that's just the reality of abusive relationships, and hopefully it's opened women's eyes too, to like, this is not normal because everyone else is saying it's not normal,
and to like warning signs.
Yes,
things that
really a lot of warning signs. I've stopped talking to people because I'm like, you kind of sound like Ron.
Yeah.
Like you are getting a little scary.
Yeah, everybody learned about narcissism with Sandoval, and then you watch it from the start and you're like, oh my god, I could see it like episode 1, but in ways that I never would have. And so it's just like you're clocking T left and right then in your real life after you've watched
it. Really
does
make you more insightful to behaviors, especially as young 20-somethings, early 30s, things like that. It really does show like how real life, it's reality TV.
It's complex. Like every reality shows, it feels like you like someone different every season.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's just because people are complex.
People are complex. That's a good way to put it. People are very complex. And maybe we should all take a moment to remember that before we get mad at each other. So I'm just going to kind of wrap this up here, Kat. But do you have any shows, songs, things you want to announce, and where can we find you?
You know, I do have a couple shows. I'll have to look at my phone. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Too. I have a website. I have catlock.com.
We'll link it in the description below.
Please go enjoy that. I did it myself, and I'm bad at computers, and I have migraines. So please go.
Please. It's in the description.
Please, catlock.com. I'll update it with, I'm going to add my shows there this week. Thank you for reminding me. You can buy my merch on there, all kinds of stuff.
Her merch is incredible, by the way.
Thank you.
You hand make it still, right?
Yeah. Most of it.
I still have my Catlock Pop Rock shirt that I got from your first show. The logo has kind of worn off.
Okay.
I did not dry it properly.
You know, that's
but
good
it's still
to know.
like my favorite shirt to wear.
That is good to know. I've been sewing lately.
Ooh.
So that has taken over some merch. I have lots more ideas and stuff. You know, I have like a show this month in Fayetteville.
That is so exciting. Oh my goodness.
And then I think just keep an eye out around December 6th at bars in OKC. And then perhaps February 27th at a different bar/venue at OKC. Keep an eye out, but follow me at Catlock Y'all, and I will tell you as it comes. I have an email, like a Substack list. So, but you can find all of that at catlock.com.
Well, that will be linked in the description, like I said, 4 times. And thank you so much for coming on today, Kat. We really appreciate you. Can we find you, you said, on every streaming service?
Yes.
Stream Kat's music. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming on today, Kat, and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you.